And then I was like, well, okay, Call of Duty Warzone wasn't the vibe. I'll tell you that right off the bat.
Look at my score. Look at my score. I'm shit and I'm still
And
happy.
welcome back to Slice of Heaven, the podcast that took a very long hiatus. Hi everyone, it's so good to see you. I am Heartwood. You probably know me from justin.tv.twitch. whatever the heck it is. Hi, hello. And today I'm bringing VixVoxFox on with me, since we do not have Loopy right now. So, hi Vix, hello.
Hello, hi Heartwood.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm very normal right now. I'm very purple, as one would say.
You're very purple, and elaborate. Is when you're not normal, are you like mauve, or are you like lavender, chartreuse? Like what's the difference between normal purple and non-normal purple?
Normal purple, non-normal purple. Okay, normal purple is like purple, and then non-normal purple is like dead. So
I don't want you to be dead. Okay, very cool. Well, I'm glad to have you here. So guys, for a little update, the reason we took such a long hiatus from Slice of Heaven's podcast is because a lot of things changed, and Loopy had to go get a new job, and so she kind of had to take a break or leave working for me as my video editor and creative director, and that means I also lost my co-host to Slice of Heaven. So we've been kind of like on this adjustment period. She's been getting into her job and things like that. But honestly, I've been thinking about resurrecting Slice of Heaven for a while, and I'm really happy that we are. So and I was like, who would be a really fun co-host that I could bounce some stuff off, some ideas off of, and have some good chemistry. And I was like, I know who has great chemistry, somebody I love to tease on your streams. And I was like, it's Vix.
you're gonna deal with the consequences of a flustered Vix.
Vix and I have great chemistry, so I'm gonna attack you. And I pretty much bullied her coming onto my channel and being a part of my podcast, and here you are. So what did you think of that when I approached you and said, hey, why don't we do some video editing and some projects together?
Well, that day when I came to you, I was actually, that was a bad day for me. I was like in my own head and stuff, and I kind of just wanted to hang out with friends. And then we started talking about like editing and like just doing stuff. Like doing stuff as one person is really hard, and you need help.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were talking about bringing back Slice of Life, and I was like, I would help you. I'm pretty sure I said something like that, but I wanted to help, and you were like, yeah, let's just bring it back, and you can be a co-host. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, it makes sense, because I can bully you into doing the hard-hitting stuff, which is the recording is easy. This is the easy part. The hard part's when I hand all the footage and data to you, and I'm like, all right, get to work. I figured we'd start off this revival of Slice of Heaven where it's just the two of us chatting and kind of talking about the projects we've been working on, the things we're planning on doing, what kind of direction we want to do. And if you got any questions for me, we can kind of just go from there. So ball's in your court.
Oh, that passed. But
Yeah.
I've honestly, it's like kind of a blessing in disguise, because I've been wanting to do more editing stuff. I don't really have the motivation, I think you would say, to like just sit down and make myself do it. So this would probably make me do it, or you would be very upset with me. So it's a kind of cool opportunity, to be honest. I've been wanting to do something with you for a long time. So this is definitely like, brushing my a little nervous, but I think this will be cool. I did have a question I wanted to ask you that I don't think I've asked you this question before, but I think it's super interesting. What was your first experience with VR chat? When you like first got a headset, or like even did you play this game in desktop? Let me ask that first.
I started in desktop. Yeah, absolutely. So it was 2020, and this girl was lonely. I was stuck at home. I had exhausted all my video games. I was running out of shows to watch. I was lonely, and it was even worse than usual because before I started streaming, before I got into content creation, before I even got into VR chat, I ran a luxury property management real estate business. we didn't sell houses, but we worked with realtors and brokerages that did sell like nice houses, and business was slowing down. We still had business, but it slowed down to the point where I was like, maybe an email or two a week. You know, that's like no time at all. I had nothing to do. There was no emails, no calls. You know, my director's like, yep, got nothing coming in, but you know, at least we were stable for a little while in 2020 and 2021. But I was bored and I had nothing to do and nobody wanted to hang out. And, you know, also we were just kind of socially distancing. So I had bought a, like a gaming headset, you know, with mic and headphones and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, well, you know, maybe I'll try to get into online gaming, which
You got to look at the mic like attached to, oh God.
Yeah, the little mic. Yeah, so I had one of those and I spent the money on it and I was like, woo, okay. So I was sitting there going, okay, well, I just spent money on this. I'm bored. Maybe I'll do something with it. And I tried to get into like Discord and I was like, this is horrendous. I hate voice calls. Everyone's just talking at once. People are eating, people are snotting into the mic. It was not for me. And then I was like, well, okay, Call of Duty Warzone wasn't the vibe. I'll tell you that right off the bat.
Look at my score. Look at my score. I'm shit and I'm still happy.
You know, I was in desktop and roundabout way of saying I just had a hard time talking to people at first, but I had spent the money on this headset. I wanted to chat and I started meeting some really nice people. And I actually bought my trackers and the battery backups for my trackers before I even had a headset.
Oh my God. You were already in too deep.
And then I was like, well, in for a penny, in for a pound, I guess. And then I'd bought the headset and the rest is 15,000 hours of history later. For like maybe half a day to a day, I eventually started talking. You can never shut me up. I'm just yep. That's why I excel at what I do, right? Like, even though I know I don't like my voice, I'm just like, yep.
Omnipotent camera voice here.
Fine.
Yapwood.
Yapwood. So, but yeah, it's I was already a furry before I got into VR chat. So like I had tried Second Life. Mind you, Second Life was not for me. I jumped into Second Life. I had actually, this is probably before your time, obviously, but there was this thing called what was it? Furcadia. There was a thing called Furcadia. Furcadia was like a pixel top-down video game that was social platform, very similar to Second Life, very similar to VR chat, except it was all, you know, all these, you were basically picked out and design your own pixel sprite, and people would go around and socialize, and there was lobbies and worlds to talk to people and things to collect. And I never got deep into the game. In fact, I logged into this game. I logged into Furcadia for the first time. I designed a character, a simple character. I entered the loading area, like, you know, sort of like your essentially VR chat home, and some animal came up to me and goes, "Hi, you want to be mates?" And I was like, "Nope, I'm done," and I just deleted the game. Like straight up, that was my Furcadia experience. A whole whopping 5 minutes. Just first thing they asked me is, "Do you want to be mates?" I'm like, "Oh no." Oh no.
Hey, the experience.
I had the experience. Yeah, I tried it. And so I had almost the exact same experience in Second Life, except Second Life was really frustrating for me because there was so much paid content. Everything was paywalled. Like, I'd get into Second Life and there were these really ugly, and this is again a long time ago. I don't know how much has changed. But there was just no really good public avatars like we have in VR chat. Everything was kind of paywalled. You know, you have to go buy these clothing, go buy this base, go buy that base. You know, you have to have somebody expertly set it up for you if you really want this, that, or the other thing. It was money.
That brings me to a question, like in this question, sure. Heartwood. Would you rather have a Second Life son or an IMVU daughter? You know what IMVU is?
Yeah, I've never used it. The only reason I even know what IMVU is because they bought for Affinity for a while. That's the only reason. I never opened it. I've never looked at it. I know almost nothing about IMVU except that they kind of a similar concept. It's like online life thing, and I know they bought for Affinity and then sold it back to the creator. no comment. I have no experience, so you know.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's just there's so much time that we spent here. Some of us more than others. I know not everybody has thousands and thousands of hours, but some of us do, and these friendships are really intense. They last a long time. You fall in and out of friendship.
An advanced version of Discord, basically. It's just I can go into a chat room and feel like I'm physically there and talk with my friends. It's no different than a Discord call, but it's VR, so
it's like
which
Discord,
is basically the future of Discord calls.
Yeah, it's like steroids, right? Instead of if there's too much noise, you can step away and the noise will distance itself. So it's not like everybody all piled in on a Discord call where all you can do is adjust their volume. I can still adjust your volume and whatever, but if like people are being too loud in that corner of the VR space, I can move over to this side and my friends can go with me. If I want to hug somebody, I can physically hug them in VR. Yeah, I'm hugging air in my room, but there's that kicks on phantom sense, or at least releases endorphins in the brain or dopamine, and you're like, oh, I'm having these comfy, cozy, intimate moments. I'm expressing myself in ways I can't do. That's another part of it, is just expressing yourself in ways that we are not allowed to in Western culture, in Western society. You can't run up and hug somebody just because you care about them. I mean, you can, but some people are like, whoa, no homo, or or you'll get yelled at, or there's like that personal space can get invaded.
Release me from these societal pressure chains.
Release me. But it's true. Like you can feel, you can grow, and you can express yourself, and you can get that intimacy. Whether you're cuddling, watching a movie, or you're like dancing in Just Dance, or at a club, or you're even doing the dirty, which some people do. Let's be real, some people do the dirty. A little ERP.
Yeah, I think everybody knows
we
that.
all know
it's not like
that.
A secret. It's not.
Yeah,
Like,
but there's a reason.
In VR, yes, it's happening.
I think that's pretty much. I think we've gone well over an hour, so you've got a lot of footage to work with.
Yes, I do.
Oh my goodness. So with that, is there any last things you want to say before to wrap up on, or that you would like to, like, any other comments or things you wanted to talk about before we wrap up? Any last comments?
Last comments. I just want to say thanks. Thanks for
Absolutely.
letting me do this with you.
Yeah. Well, next time when we film, we'll have another guest with us, and we'll have more fun conversations and topics to talk about. It'll be kind of intermittent. We'll be doing each episode may just be me and Vix. We might have me, Vix, and like another person. Loopy might join us. Doll might join us. I know Echo wants to come back on. We'll probably bring some more streamers, content creators, and just some random folks who have really interesting, unique passions. And so I'm excited to get back into the slice of heaven. So thank you, Vix, for joining me today, and I'm excited for our next episode, and I'm really excited to see how this one turns out. Now the fun part is handing all this over to you and be like, get to work.
Boy, zip that shit up, baby. I was gonna say, when are we gonna talk about furry drama? Oh boy, I'm just kidding. No.
That'll be. Oh my God! Did you know that this streamer did that? And this person, that's a whole. There's enough of that stuff out there. We got better things to talk about and do with our time. But
yeah.
With that, I'm going to say thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you for joining us for Slice of Heaven yet again. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Go subscribe to Vix's channel. Go subscribe to mine. I promise you we'll have a lot more fun stuff in the near future. And welcome back to Slice of Heaven, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.
Oh boy, boy. Whoa. Wee.